Hello. Today we're going to talk about too and enough. And we'll start with let's say we'll start with too. All right. So I'll give you a sentence. Let's say the sentence, that is too much soda. Okay? And so you'll notice that what too does is that when you combine it with an adjective or with an adverb, which is what we're doing in this case, much is an adverb, it transforms whatever adjective or adverb you're using into a problem. All right. So if I say that is too much too much soda, and much is an adverb that we use for quantity, then what I'm saying is that the quantity of soda that I have is a problem. I have a quantity that is so big, that is so large, that is a problem for me. All right. I'll do a little drawing. Maybe with a little drawing it'll be more understandable. So let's say, for example, that I have a cup, and I'm going to move this sentence a little bit over to the other side just so I can have some space. Okay. So I have a cup, and I start to put soda in this cup. Now, as I put soda in this cup, the level of soda is going to start going up and up and up and up and up again. And so there will be moments where the quantity of soda is so large that is going to be a problem for me. So say, for example, I have I'm gonna delete this part. Say, for example, I have this situation, all right, where I'm pouring the soda in, and the quantity is going outside. I mean, not the quantity, but the soda is going outside of the cup. So the quantity of soda is too much for me. It's creating a problem. I'm probably going to have like liquids like outside of the outside of the cup and on the floor and everything, right? So that's what too much is doing. It's telling me that whatever quantity or the quantity of whatever object we're talking about is a problem for me. Now, let's talk about enough. And I'm going to delete this part right here. And enough is telling me, uh, essentially, is telling me the opposite. Enough is telling me that the adjective that I'm using is not a problem in terms of okay, if I'm describing something and I use enough, I'm saying that whatever adjective I'm using is not a problem, but it is good. It is easy to understand enough if you just basically equivalent enough with sufficient. All right, and a little pronunciation parenthesis. Notice this GF, or sorry, GH over here. Just make sure you don't get confused with this. This sounds like the F, like an F. All right, so we say the pronunciation is enough. All right, and it'll sound like an F. But essentially, enough means sufficient. And so if we go back to the soda example, I could say the sentence, that is enough soda. All right, and if I say that is enough soda, this image would not be appropriate. Now I would have to change that and say, for example, this. Okay, and so this would be enough soda. You see, it's not a very small quantity. It's not, an exaggeration like we had before. It's just a good normal quantity. So this is enough soda. All right. Okay, so let's try another example. Let's try a different example. Let's say the sentence, that shirt is too expensive for me. And you'll see that basically what I'm doing is I'm taking we'll say an adjective, in this case, expensive, and I am adding to express that the adjective is a problem for me. Now, I could easily just say that shirt is expensive, or that shirt is expensive for me. But maybe I have money and I can pay for that shirt. But when I say that shirt is too expensive for me is because this adjective is a problem for me. So let's say, for example, I have the shirt. And this shirt, it costs, I don't know, however much money. So it costs this much money. All right. Now, the money is not a problem because you can have a very expensive shirt and have money to pay for the expensive shirt. The problem is that I have no money. And so, because I have no money, that shirt is too expensive for me. It's so expensive that it is a problem for me. All right? Another way to express the same idea could be that the shirt is too expensive, and the reason is because I don't have enough money to pay for this shirt. All right? Now, I want to point out something that I really want you to remember, all right? When you're using to, you're going to use it in combination with an adjective or an adverb. All right. So you'll say that shirt is too expensive, or that shirt is too big, or etc. Or that is too much soda. So you'll need an adjective or an adverb. But notice here that when I say enough, I am not using an adverb or an adjective. I am using a noun. So enough will be used in combination with a noun. But there is a way in which you can use enough in combination with an adjective. The only difference is that the sentence structure has to be a little bit different. So that sentence could be, for example, let's say I don't have enough money to pay for the shirt, and the reason for that is because I am not rich enough. Okay? So you'll see that now I can use enough in combination with an adjective. The only thing is that I'm using enough after the adjective. But when it's before, I use enough before a noun. All right? So, to expresses a problem with the adjective, a quantity or an adjective that is a problem for me, and you use it always before the adjective. Enough expresses the opposite. The quantity is not a problem for me, right? But I use it in combination with a noun if I write it before the noun, or in combination with an adjective if I write it after the adjective. And that's the concept of to and enough.